Hey there, this is going to be a video about making gas for the planes start example that I created a video to sort of illustrate. And what I have found out, I've never really started on the planes before, is either I chose the wrong thing and should have chosen cows or sheep. However, they actually eat way more. So I'm not sure that would have worked out any better. I tried creating more ranchers to help out with the process, but this is just, it's not been a fun time. I'm low on funds and I have I'm running out of gasoline. And I've started setting up over here. What I've decided to do is kind of put everything in the corner so that we don't pollute the whole town with stuff. So I'm going to have I've created a pond there, and I'm going to have a water pump there, water pump here. This will be my gasoline refinery because it needs two water, and here will be a power plant, and the power plant and the refinery are going to share a piece of paved road. Then over here, this will be the other power plant that the gas one will need, so that it'll have 6 energy. And I will create a refinery here to make the petroleum. I've started 2 oil pumps, created those, and a fuel storage unit to store the gas and the crude oil and the petroleum as it's being made. So I've got all that underway. This, like I said, will be the refinery that makes the petroleum. And then this is going to be my lumber mill. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of all of this ranch stuff. I am displeased with how this part has gone. It's been, I, I'm not sure how to do it, I guess. That is probably the more accurate thing. There's nothing wrong with the game. I have raised uh, the eggs before so that I could um, make, what is it, batter for cake. So I've done that. I see that it's sometimes necessary, but this has not worked out for me. It just is taking too much time. And since I am going to be, I'm probably going to utilize this area to grow my grapes because I don't have a lot of options at this point. I am going to just clear all that out. I need to clear this out. If I have, well, if I start with grapes over here, I may not need to, um, but I'm probably going to want more than 3 vines eventually anyway. So that's a ranch right there. Get rid of that. All right, so we are done with all the ranching stuff. What I want to do is I've created a wind turbine to create energy that I know that I'm going to need initially because I know it's not looking like at, you know, the rate I was going, it wasn't looking like I was going to have the power plants, the money for that. So um, I was going to need energy for making the petroleum and the gasoline. Um, and also for the lumber mill if I'm making any lumber. which I would need to make power plants eventually. But I'm going to go ahead and make the lumber mill so that I can kind of go under the uh, grape growing process. So I'm going to uh, get that going. I wish I could move this wood, but um, I'm assuming it'll get utilized. If not, then I just may have to delete it anyway. But if I put 3 grapevines here, I'm not going to have like tons of money. Then the farmers will use this, I hope, to replant grapes. And maybe I can uh, do it that way. But anyway, um, it only takes up one ill effect, but unfortunately that touches it, so that would be affected. This wouldn't, or these would not, but anyway. So I've got my trees growing. The plains do actually have 12 trees, which is a good thing, but it's not great. Um, the tree situation is a struggle, and because of doing the uh, egg situation, I was thinking that because of all these pasture things that it would be ideal, but it really wasn't. The money was tight the whole time. Instead of buying the second coop, maybe I should have sold the original one and tried cows or sheep. Um, but again, they eat a lot more. But I think it would have been more lucrative to go that way. So if in the future you do that, that's what I would recommend. Um, but I'm going to make an effort to go with um, the grapes. Now this is taking forever, and I'm having trouble with the videos being too long. So I am going to pause the video and let this slow little guy here finish building that lumber mill, and then I will come back and show you how I'm going to get the grapes started. All right, so real quick, I am not going to, I'm just going to go ahead and delete that one. But what I'm going to do in the meantime, while I'm waiting for the guy to build that, I'm going to build another little woodshed. It's only 5K. And let the lumberjack be filling this up. And that'll be fine. I'm just going to remove this one. So I don't have to deal with the shade effect over here. And I'm just going to go ahead and remove that. Now I can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 grapes without them being watered, and that's what I'm probably going to start with. So I'm going to pause this and I'll be right back. All right, he is done building this, so I'm going to go ahead and activate it. And I will turn it on and go ahead and start crafting us some lumber to make these grapes with. probably what I'll do is just go ahead and create 5 pieces of lumber because it's going to take some doing with the wood, and that's all that I have room for really is 5. So I'm going to create 5 pieces of lumber, and then while the slow builder guy is planting them, then hopefully we will generate some wood, and then that will get us up to speed so that the farmers can maintain the grapevines. Now, I'm not sure if I went through this whole process, but I believe I did. I chose the corner so that I could keep all my pollution like for 4 squares, 1, 2, 3, 4, all all this area back is not anything you could use to plant plants or anything because of the pollution. So, and then out here, probably come to here, I don't know. So if I build in my infrastructure around that, then the pollution stuff will be in the back. My buildings don't really get affected by it, so I can put those in front of the mess back here. And because of I'm going to have my refinery that's making gas here, so he's got easy access to the tank, and the guy making petroleum is going to be right here. So it's not all that easy, but pretty easy access. I mean, just has to wiggle through there, and he's pretty quick about that usually. So I don't see that as being a problem. So that's why I've got this all bunched up and condensed as much as I can, just because that would leave me, like if I was going to build out the grapevines to be able to earn money so that I could reformat my whole town into whatever I want. That would be, um, excellent to be able to just have my town stuff over, like in this one little corner of the map, and then 3/4 of it would be available for growing and maximize my potential earnings. So anyway, that is the explanation behind what I'm doing here. And so I'll have a water pump there, a power plant here, a refinery here, and a power plant here, and a refinery here. And this has got to be, when I get ready to do that, this has got to be a paved road. So right now, I am going to build 5 pieces of lumber, and then I'm going to turn my lumber mill off, and I'm going to plant 5 grapevines right here. And you'll see how much more simple. If you look at the starter video that I did for the planes, you'll see what a struggle it really is. I probably should have, when I could buy another chicken house, I probably should have just sold the one that I had and sold all the other stuff and went ahead and did this and got it set up like the regular grape production line. But anyway, that's what I'm going to do. So I don't want to make the video too long, so I'm going to stop blabbing on now and pause it, and I'll be back as soon as I have 5 lumber. Also, I just am creating 2 more farmers to help out with watering the trees and the grapes when I get them going. So anyway, I'll be right back. Okay, I have now got the lumber completed. You can see I've got 2 more lumber. Um, and the guy's bringing it out. I moved the well that was here and made a little road out here in an attempt to expedite this grape growing process. And so basically, I've got 16K. That's going to last me 15 minutes. That shouldn't be a problem. I'm only at 230 an hour. So what I'm going to do is just have to wait for 10 grapes to grow and sell. And so, 41K per sale will be a welcome relief from the 16K from the eggs that I was selling. So I think this is going to get me straightened out here, and probably should have done this a lot sooner. But regardless, I'm doing it now, and we're going to get the gas things situated. So I'll be back. All right, our last grape to make our 10th grape for our first grape sale is about to be carried to the silo right now. So what we will do is after I make this sale, when we're talking about what is next in our gas production process, what's going to benefit us the most. And to me, the most important thing is that we get a refinery, because we know that we can't make gas or petroleum without a refinery. So it'd be nice to have this other water pump, but to make petroleum, you don't need it. And I don't want to put in the refinery that's going to make petroleum, because if I can only afford one refinery, I'd rather have the one that's going to make the gas be the one that we're going to use. That way we can make gas and petroleum. So, and just, stop it and start the other one. Now we've got our 10 grapes, so I'm going to sell them. And as soon as that gets back, I will go to the industrial and purchase a refinery. And then we will want to turn it on to make petroleum, which we've got a bunch of crude oil sitting right here waiting. So I might end up having to turn these off for a minute, since it is just about full. If it looks like that one is going to produce before I get this refinery going, then we might have to do that, because, well, it can be full. Never mind. This should be producing before they get around to a second time. If these two produce, then it'll have 40. But to make petroleum, it takes 2 crude oil to make 1 petroleum. So I'll essentially be taking 2 out and putting 1 back, as long as after I take 2 out, these don't produce 2 more, and they should not. See, that's got like 3 minutes. Um, of course, our builder is kind of slow, so it may take him 3 minutes, but hopefully not. So I think at this point it's a hurry up and wait. We've already got more grapes growing, thank goodness. Um, so we've got 8 more sales at 40K each, 41K. So we uh, we should have enough to do our gas stuff. But I'll probably be able to make gas before, um, even if I get just 1 power plant going, it'll be good enough for right now. I'll create this one first, maybe. That way, if I had a refinery here and here, that we could have the one doing petroleum, and it can actually do it just fine with 1 power plant. This power plant, let me see, 3, 2, yeah. This one will create first, just in case we have both refineries running off of the 1 power plant. And I'll probably create the water pump before I create the power plant, though. So anyway, that's just where we are. And we have 40 crude oil in there. Worst case scenario, they will use that, but I would prefer not to. This one actually would go. I'm just going to go ahead and stop these. It's that easy. And once we start producing petroleum, then I'll start it back. The petroleum process will take just a little bit longer than maybe we would like, because we're going to have to get 2 energy for every one we create out of here until we get a power plant going. So anyway, I'll be back with an update soon. All right, the refinery is built, and I just clicked on it to activate it, and now I am going to start it making petroleum, and it's got 1 water pump attached. We've got the crude oil and the fuel storage unit, and it'll just take 2 energy out of our warehouse for right now. So we're just going to let that run, and I'll be right back. Okay, I just made another grape sale, and so now I would like to, from the next piece of the puzzle, put another water pump in. So that's a little bit pricey, but they're definitely worth it to not have to hassle with the water tower. So the next step will probably be this. Well, the next step will be to make this a paved road, and then we can probably build that power plant, would be the best, in my opinion. In the meantime, I'm going to make a few pieces of lumber because we're going to need 5 lumber to build that power plant when it comes time. We've got a while, but might as well go ahead and do it. So I'll be back. Okay, so a little status update. Um, we've got this with the 2 water pumps, so we can create gasoline with it. I just turned it off. It was doing the petroleum. We've got 15 of them now. And I turned the oil pumps off because they were um, filling the tank up. Also, I created the 5 pieces of lumber that we're going to need to build a water, a power plant. And what we can do is just go ahead and upgrade the uh, road to a paved road here for the refinery and power plant to share. And I guess even though we only have like 4 energy, I'm going to go ahead and turn this on gas, and so I shouldn't really have to worry about babysitting it because it's going to be waiting on the energy because it takes 6 energy per gasoline, but it will be encouraging to see our gasoline numbers go up because we're down to 6. So the longer we can sustain the town and grow grapes, then the better off we'll be. So that's kind of where we are. Um, Next time I come back, I will have enough uh, money to buy a power plant. So I'll be back. Well, technically, we have uh, videoed this through gas production because we have actually made 2 gasoline. You can't tell it because the I just sent off some grapes for uh, sale. But I actually, when I was saying that I want to do the video through gas production, I kind of mean like hands off where you don't have to sit and babysit it. So I'm gonna keep it going. If anybody's too totally bored and they want to tune out, basically, if I put my 2 um, power plants in, then each one is diagonal to this one, so they'll give it 3 um, energy each. This power plant will give this one 3, but to make the petroleum, all it needs is 2. And if you look at, if the power plant's here, it'd be 3, 2, so it'll give this one 2, which that's all a lumber mill needs is 2, but it would also get an additional 1 from this power plant. So power plant, that'd be 3, 2, 1. But uh, like I say, 2 is all it needs anyway. So if stick around if you want to actually see me build the buildings. If not, feel free to tune out now, like, share, and subscribe. And good luck with the game. And definitely uh, stay tuned in because I'm going to be making some more videos. I've done the forest start and the forest secondary to make gas, and I've done the uh, plains start and planes. This is the planes make gas, and not quite there, but we're getting close. And then I'm going to do the desert. So thanks for watching, and I'll be posting some more videos. And if you want to see this finished, just hang on. I'll be doing it soon. All right, I believe that it is now time to build our first power plant. So I went and we met all the conditions. We've got a water pump and a paved road there. And now I'll just let that build and I'll be back. Okay, so we have the power plant, and we are going to turn that off or stop it so that the it doesn't use all the crude oil. And now we've got the um, petroleum refinery built. So we're going to turn this one on to make gasoline, and turn this on to make petroleum. And that's really all there is to it. The gasoline one still needs 3 energy. So it would have it once we put this last power plant in. However, I am very tired and I need to go to bed. So basically realized that uh, just a couple more grape cells and there would be enough to um, purchase that other power plant. And then that would be a complete set it and forget it. Right now it is, but the gas will be slow because it's dependent on the this energy process. I don't know if I mentioned it, but I put 2 wind turbines. That way I could work on lumber and um, gas production at the same time. Um, and so, if things are going too slow, then it's good to, I'm not sure why the farmers are not putting wood on this, but that's a little bit of a concern. But anyway, just adding more grapevines will greatly decrease your wait time for your build out. So I would recommend that to you. I went ahead and even though these aren't watered, I went ahead and added them. And they all have 1 water. So anyway, um, if you enjoyed this video, like, share, and subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below. And thank you for watching.